Okay, everybody, I just want to tell you all, I hope you all are having a fantastic day. And you might be wondering, why am I uploading not a Rec Room video? Like, why is it not a Rec Room video? Or if you're a GTA person watching me for this video, you might be wondering, why is it not for the Kia Perico heist? Well, it's because it takes too long to set up that heist, and I don't want to record the whole footage. This is just easier to record and pretty fun too. So today I am going to be telling you if the heist for the Diamond Casino is worth it, or if the arcade property is worth it. So let's start with the basics, and I'll tell you why I made this video. Well, I started making this video because, well, as you can see with the video on screen, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to tell you a little bit more that, yeah, I found a pretty good item inside of the vault. So I decided, why not just make this video and just get it over with, because I've been wanting to make it for a while, ever since I got the arcade. Okay, so you might be wondering, what did I get in the place? Well, you'll see in 3, 2, 1, I got gold. Woo! So yeah, I got a pretty good item, so why not make a video? Oh yeah, by the way, this is going to be like a commentary video. So, expect to see Rocket League gameplay while I am talking to you about this. Okay? Okay, let's get on to the Rocket League gameplay. Okay, so, all I'm gonna say right now is that well, let me start out with the basics for the arcade property. You can get the cheapest one for about 1 to 2 million at Paleto Bay, but if you're but if you have Prime game account, you are able to get the arcade for free. Now, never get that location because it's the worst. It's at Paleto Bay, and all the ones that are most likely going to be in the city unless you get a little bit lucky. But yeah, so let's start with the basics. It lets you run Diamond Casino heist, which we'll get into in a bit. But it also gives you a couple of other things, which are pretty looked over in the GTA community. Like, for example, the fact that you have an arcade business that you can run by borrowing arcade games. Now, I'm going to tell you the statistics of the business to let you know if that's what you're going to buy the arcade for. But you're obviously not going to, you're going to buy it for the heist, but whatever. So, what is the arcade business like statistics? How much can you earn from it? Well, if you have all of the machines, you can get about $5,000 every 48 minutes. That can lead up to about $50,000 being inside the safe. Now, it's better than nightclub popularity, even if you can hold some less and you can earn less. It's still better because at least you don't have to do missions for it. The missions that you would have to do for it are super annoying. And it used to only give you like half a bar. At least it gives you 1.5 bars, but still, it's annoying. That's one of the good things about the arcade business. Now, if you're gonna get the arcade just for the arcade, I would not recommend that, because you're not gonna be making too much. You're usually going to the arcade for the heist, not for the business. Now, the heist. I'm gonna put some stuff on screen and let you know what you should do for the heist. So, averagely, if you get paintings, okay, you're most likely going to get cash, but let's just say you get lucky with paintings. You most likely will get about 1.6 mil because you will get a little bit of safety deposit boxes, and also not including that you will be probably getting the daily cash vault twice. If you don't know what the daily cash vault is, it's basically it's a representation of how much money the casino made that day. So, yeah, you can rob that for around $20,000 to maybe 100K. Now, well, the heist. Let's get on about that heist. The heist has 3 main approaches that you can go on through. You have either Silent Sneaky, which is pretty expendable from the name. You just go in like a stealthy robbery, kill everybody stealthy, get out with the loot without getting caught. There's also the Big Con, where you will use disguises to break your way in. There's many differences on the Big Con. There is Group A, which just lets you walk through the vault and lets you go past the first set of enemies after the vault until they figure out that it's been robbed. There is Young Ancestor, the hardest way to do the heist. he will try to smuggle you in, which fails miserably. You'll see how that ends up if you play the heist yourself. There's also Bugsters, or Bugstars, where you go in acting like you're Bugstars, and you basically sneak it through there. And there's also Maintenance, where, well, basically you're just pretending to be Maintenance. Basically, same thing as Bugstars, but it's a different way of entering. You know? So, now, there's also the aggressive approach, which is pretty self-explanatory. You're doing everything, just killing everybody in sight until you make it to the vault. If I'm gonna recommend something for you money-wise, definitely always try to, if you can, go for Big Con Group A. Only if you're trying to make money. If you're trying to have fun, go for aggressive. And if Group A is not open, then just do Silent Sneaky. Okay. Now, after that, we're going to be talking about some of the features of the heist. Number 1 is the hacking. This heist introduced hacking. Well, I know it used to be in the other heist, but I'm talking about hacking that was added by this heist. They added 2 hacks. The data crack and the fingerprint scanner. Fingerprint scanner is pretty easy. You basically have a ton of combinations, and you have to get some of them right. You have to match them all with the fingerprint. And if you can get them all there, you win the minigame. They can usually either be 1 or 2. There's also data crack, which is very annoying to finish. Like, seriously. It basically is a series of dots. At the end, it'll show dots that was flashing green a couple times. Those are the dots you want to look out for, and then you have to copy them onto the... Yeah, you have to copy them onto the thing. You have to do that generally around 1-2 times, maybe 4 times in a row. Also, don't know because I never had to do it. But yeah. Also, there is the practice equipment. To be honest, there's no really point in practice equipment. The only one that's useful is the hacking minigame, because it teaches you how to hack, which can be very annoying whenever you're first starting out. So all I suggest is getting the hacking minigame one, and just, and just practice your hacking, and that's it. And that's the only thing you should really get for practice equipment. Let's go on to the things about the heist, like the prep missions and stuff like that. So the prep missions for the heist are actually pretty fun and easy. Okay? It's based on what prep mission you're doing. Like, to be honest, every single prep mission is easy except for a couple ones I'm going to name to you now. If you get these ones, I'd suggest finding a new session and doing the prep missions again. So the first one is the illegal... The first one that you will get is the illegal getaway vehicle. Basically, if you don't know what the illegal getaway vehicles is, it is where there are the getaway vehicles being smuggled on a boat or somewhere else with a ton of thugs on it. But you have to kill the thugs, you have to take the getaway vehicles, and you have to bring them back to the arcade. Now, it's very annoying because of how annoying the thugs can be. You can't just get in there and drive out there. They'll shoot you up and you'll be dead instantly. You actually have to have a plan for it. So always just have a plan for that, or just don't do it entirely. The next annoying mission is the Vault Lasers mission. Which one? Every one of them. Every single Vault Laser mission is annoying because you always have to fight off Merryweather, and it's just so annoying. They have aimbot, they have a Juggernaut. Sometimes it's not even Merryweather, it's a freaking Clifford with their full-on aimbot, because they're literally robots, clone army. But okay, we're getting off topic. Let's go over to a little bit more bad missions, and then we'll start talking about how the best missions. Okay, so some of the annoying missions, these are only the optional preps that you can do. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, you can do preps optionally or mandatory. There's some that you have to do for the heist, and some that you don't have to do for the heist. That will only help you in the long run, but you don't need to do them. So the first annoying one to do is the infiltration suit. That one is one that you basically need to get if you get EMP. Just basically required. You don't have to get it if you get EMP, but it's very recommended so that way you can see whenever you use the EMP. You might be wondering, well, if infiltration suits came after EMP, why isn't EMP on this list? is an easy mission. Like, all you have to do for EMP is steal a helicopter, bring it over to the EMP, pick it up, and then bring it over to the place. That's it. It's not that hard. As long as you don't drop it or do any dumb moves, you're good. Now, those are basically all the easy missions. I am now going to go over what optional prep missions you should do for what ones. So say you are on the aggressive approach, okay? You're on the aggressive approach. And then you start running over to the prep things. You have all the mandatory preps finished. Then you wonder, what optional preps should I do? Well, the first thing for the aggressive ones is that you should do dug enchantments. And don't do reinforced armor because this makes you slower. You might have more health, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so do reinforced armor. If you think that you're not that good at it, do the good old do the patrol boots because you can see where the guards are. I suggest that you should also get the well, just get the security passes. If you don't get the level 2 security passes, it's gonna be really bad for you. You're gonna have to hack 3 doors, and they're all gonna be keypad cracker. And that's really it for Big Con. The things that you should use is disguises. Just go for firefighter because you don't need to do noose. And security passes. Also, if you really, and I mean really, like, say you're not doing group A, then get the patrol routes, because those are the ones you're gonna need if you're not doing group A. Okay? And for this one is gonna assume that you have the casino penthouse and you did all the casino story missions, but we're gonna be doing sound sneak. Alright, do security intel, patrol routes. If you think you want to do infiltration system AMP, go ahead. You don't have to. It's just if you want to. And then after that, go over for the well, just go for security passes because that's almost forgot because it's annoying without them. And that should be it. Okay. Now comes one of the final parts, is the player crew. Who should you have for your player crew? Now, this is my opinion, but I suggest that whenever you have a player crew, if you have Paige, definitely always use her. Obviously useless because he only gives you 3 seconds more to Paige and takes a 10% cut. So use Paige and the worst gunman and the worst hacker. I know aggressive, you might want to pick a better gunman, but I promise you that as long as you do dug enchantments and security passes, patrol routes, you'll be okay. And now, let's go to a chart that I made with the statistics of the heist so that way you will know if it's for you. I think it's time that we go over to the heist statistics and stop looking at the Rocket League thing right now. Okay, now, the pros and cons about this heist. Well, the pros are, it is a great playing heist, it pays really good. It's based on what you get in the vault, you can get up to maybe even 2 million if your friends are okay with that. Next up is an easy heist. It's a really easy heist to do, as long as you and your team are coordinated. You only need 2 people, so you can have a bigger slice to take because you only need 2 people to help you with the heist. Now, there's 3 ways to break in. This is something that I like in story mode. You can actually choose the way you go into that place. And now there is also a new property, the arcade. It's a good business if you think it's so, and it's actually pretty cool. Now, it's a new heist. It's an awesome heist that you can use. And you can also choose a play crew. So now you can experiment and do anything you want with the play crew. Now time for the cons. The first con is that there is an annoying preps. Super annoying preps for this heist. It's based on what you go in. And also there's the useless training items, which is they're just useless and they cost a lot. Easy to fail if you're with randoms and broken stealth. Okay, now that is all of the pros and cons. This will let you know if you want this casino heist. Now, I'm gonna just tell you, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, please comment, like, and subscribe. Please, it'll really help the channel. And you can always unsubscribe later. It's free and it helps me out. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Peace!